Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to DrinkNectar.com. This is episode number 7 of the internet's place to explore the 5 senses of wine and coffee, my passions. Tonight, I'm excited to be able to just do a single taste testing of a wine that I really enjoyed this summer on a wine trip that my wife and I went on. Tonight, we're going to be looking at a 2008 wine from Nefarious. It's a white wine blend that has Sauvignon Blanc, Aligoté, and Viognier in it, and we'll talk a little bit more about the blend there in just a few seconds. This summer, my wife and I went to Lake Chelan, and we actually been on a few wine trips. We've been to, I think, 5 different regions in the state of Washington, and without a doubt, this was probably our most pleasant experience. The people in Lake Chelan are amazing. There are between 13 and 15 wineries there, depending on when you look and who you ask. But the Lake Chelan area just was approved in 2009 for their AVA, their 11th AVA in the state. Real exciting time for that area, and there's some great wines coming out of the area. So we had a great time, and we're going to be heading back there again in May, and we look forward to seeing all the friends that we met there. So tonight we're going to be tasting this white wine varietal. And let's go ahead and get in. The wine is made by Heather and Dean Neff, and they're the winemakers there. And they started the vineyard in 2004. Actually, they had planted some grapes there in an area north of Chelan in 1998, and went off to make some wines in Oregon, some Pinot Noirs, and then eventually came back to the area to explore their love and their passion for wine. This particular wine is, let's see, get the numbers here right. It is 55% Sauvignon Blanc. It is 40% Aligoté, which I have to admit I had no idea what that was, so I had to look it up. And it is mostly a blending white wine grape that's grown in France, and obviously making its way over to the States for some blending in white wines. Typically gives a bubbly kind of champagne or sparkling experience to wines, so we'll see how that plays out in here. And then there's also a small amount of Viognier as a blending grape in here as well. So if you notice, this does have some great light color, not quite as yellow as a Chardonnay, maybe in the line that you'd find with a Sauvignon Blanc, but not quite as white as that either. I have to admit that I already had some of this evening with a chicken and cheesy potatoes that we had, as well as some vegetables. And so, some of the tasting notes that I have came from my experience there, and asking my wife and my 12-year-old stepson. He doesn't taste, but he does smell. Enjoys those. So let's give it the swirl here. And like I said, you can see the color through the swirl. A little over swirl there. That's a faux pas. And then we'll try the sniff. And the experience that I had earlier that was coming out, for me personally, the first thing that came out was I was thinking more of a pear that I smelled, and it also came across with a hint of some tropical fruits. And my wife, she was saying she was noticing kind of a buttery smell coming off of it, and to be honest, I didn't quite catch it until after she said it, and then in reality, it really did come across through there. And I have to just laugh because we let 12-year-old stepson give it a smell, and he said it smelled like grape juice, and that it smelled slippery. So whatever slippery smells like, that's what came across in his notes. So, but I kind of caught a hint of some lemon peel, and then we wanted to go ahead and give it the sip here. It's got a great flavor to it. You do taste the apple or the pear, depending on your palate that's coming through there on it. Kind of has a Chardonnay taste to it personally. It's not oaky, but that buttery taste does come through. And I can see, not ever having the Aligoté before, if that's what it is that's giving it the kind of sparkle. It has that, sparkling wine kind of taste to it as you're as it's going down. Not a lot of acidity, but a little bit of alcohol, there on the back end. So personally, it'd be great just as a sipping wine. I've let this sit to just a little bit of below room temperature. I like to, do that. Let some of the floral components come out a little bit better. Overall, this is a great grape. It's an excellent wine for $17. The Nefarious folks out there, just overall, they've got a great tasting experience. And for me, it's more than just about the smell and the sip and the swirl and all of that. It's the overall experience, and they were great folks. Spent a lot of time with us. You're greeted warmly by their dog when you drive up. Tasting room overlooks Lake Chelan. You really couldn't ask for a better place to experience wine. So whether you're new to the experience and you're going out, Lake Chelan's a phenomenal place to be, or if you're old hat at this and you just want to have some new experiences and try something new, Lake Chelan would be a fantastic place to go. So the Nefarious Cellars Consequence 2008, the blend that we tasted this evening, it was phenomenal. I really encourage you guys to go out and do that. And as always, I want to thank you for watching, especially this little brief snippet here of a single wine tasting. But I wanted to, get in front of you guys again and let you know what's happening. Please let me know what you're drinking this evening. If you're drinking, something preparing for Thanksgiving, please respond in the comments. I'd love to see comments. And I always want to encourage people to enjoy life with friends. And you can follow me on Twitter at Nectar Wine. And I just want to remind everyone to drink happy and have a great Thanksgiving.